How you doing, everybody? We are up in Bilpin, which is on the edge of the Blue Mountains. This is apple growing country, isn't it?
Absolutely, yep. Orchards and raspberries and all sorts of stuff. It's like a food bowl. It's green. Today it's a bit rainy, but it's a beautiful day and the perfect day to go hunting for cars.
Now, we have done a couple of barn finds before, but today is something special. The last one we did, of course, was the 240Z. Today, and I can see it poking out right now, we've been told about something very special that's been sitting up in this shed for years and years and years. And today, we're about to go pick it up, and you are coming with us.
Just don't trip over a chicken.
Or the mad postie bike. Bilpin is a little over an hour northwest of Sydney in the mountain region, and this area is famous for its apples. When you head further out from the city like this, there are heaps of farms, and that means heaps of barns and heaps of sheds. Rare things are, by their very nature, hard to find, but once you head further out from the city, you might just stumble over some gold. And there's something truly special about finding a piece of automotive history that's been parked up for years and preserved like a dusty time capsule. But what is automotive gold? Well, that's an elusive question that depends on your taste of cars. But for us, this car that we've discovered is very exciting, and we're about to meet the current owner, Bill, who owns this farm. Hey Bill, how you doing, mate?
Good to see you.
Everybody, this is Bill from Shields Orchard. We're up here in Bilpin, of course. You grow apples.
Correct. We grow 12 varieties of apples. Our business is about pick your own, so people come here and pick their apples. And what we're finding is people want to come here to escape Sydney as well.
Yeah, nice. I can understand why.
So we have 12 varieties that stretch from February through to the end of May, and they're not all ripe at once, fortunately. And we've also got the Julia apple, which is an apple which we discovered here, which I named after my wife.
Oh, awesome. She must be stoked with that.
Yeah, you can't name it after a barmaid you knew in Coonabarabran, you know.
You can try, but Barry's not a great name for an apple, is it?
Barry apple.
Now, mate, we're actually here to pick up, there's two of these cars. I can see, this is the first time seeing them.
Yeah.
One of them looks better than I thought, one of them looks worse. How long have they been here? Why are they here? And just tell me everything.
Well, the two that are here, one of them was registered and we were using, and then someone gave me another one which was registered, and it was a bit rougher, so I used it. And I was going to turn the other one into a rooftop camper, but it sat there, and I got the sheet of aluminium, which didn't require a lot of welding, but too busy.
Yeah, okay.
And do you use the cars around here? Is that the idea?
No, I never used them really in the orchard. They were just basically, you know, road vehicles. The second one I bought for spare parts. So they've been sitting here, I don't know, the good one's been sitting here for 8 or 10 years, and the other one I've never run, but it's complete.
Great.
Awesome.
All right, well, let's have a look. So they've been here for 10 years.
At least.
At least. One of them hasn't run. It's time for you to see. Here it is, everybody. We're picking up 2 Subaru Brumbies.
Yes.
Hey! Now, Marty's a big Subaru fan, of course, so Martin, tell us everything. What do you know?
These things, Brumbies, in America they were known as brats, and they were super popular everywhere. They were known for having like a jumper seat on the back, which was a big deal because you could sit on the back of your ute, which never happened here. They're a bit quirky, like all Subarus of the era. They're actually sort of front-wheel drive, but then they had a lever you pull and then it goes four-wheel drive, so not the typical all-wheel drive that we know so well with WRXs and stuff. And just wildly popular because they're a ute, and in Australia they were really popular when your other option was like a HQ or maybe a Commodore ute, maybe, but this kind of did a bit more. You could do four-wheel drive and you could go on the beach, you'd use it around your farm, and there's heaps of these squirreled away in farms all around Australia, just like here. So, in a barn.
Yep, and it smells exactly as it should for its age. So the plan is to take both of them and basically use one of them for a parts car, exactly Bill's original plan, and then completely and thoroughly restore this one here.
Yep.
This is the good one, right?
Yep. And do it as good as new, like as close as we can get it to how it would have rolled off the factory floor.
Martin, this is mighty come on. It'll be better than new when it's done. So I think there's two things that we've got to do. We've got to get the good one on the trailer.
Yep.
We'll come back to get the other one afterwards, and then also we'd love to try an apple. Can we
Not
try
a
an
problem.
apple?
Yep.
So I reckon let's get it on the trailer, let's have a look around the car, and then let's eat an apple.
Sounds good.
Sounds great. Thanks for having us up here, mate.
A pleasure.
Awesome to meet you.
Pleasure, yeah.
Very keen.
So do you know what this was originally used for, Bill?
Well, yeah, it was my sister-in-law's, and she actually had goats, and so she had a cage that fitted over the top.
I love goats. So I grew up on a goat stud, goat stud. I love goats.
To carry the goats around, and as well as that, she had a cover to go over the top of that,
like
so
a
the
tonneau
goats
cover.
didn't get too windy.
Why did the goats need an Anderson plug, do you reckon?
Charge their phones,
Yes,
obviously.
that's right.
This is pretty straight, Bill. This is like got, a couple little dents in it, but it seems to
is.
survive pretty well. So because it's undercover, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We got the call about these cars through someone that works at Subaru Australia who happened to spot them while they were picking some apples. An idea was baked up to restore and modify one of these iconic utes. Why? Well, Subaru Australia helps support a not-for-profit called the Australian Road Safety Foundation by supplying cars for their fundraising raffles. So if everything works out like we hope, this car will be a candidate for that too. While there's a pretty good example here, it also hasn't moved in a decade, so first up we need to get it on a trailer and get it back to our shed so we can check it out properly.
So brumbies can cost quite a bit of money depending on what condition they're in.
Yep.
2 cars that haven't been running for like a decade, it is questionable and there's probably not a whole lot of interest. So we actually bought this one for $3,000 and it came with that one for free as a parts car. It might seem like cheap for a Subaru while you're looking at it, but also running a farm, you need space, you need brain space to actually do other stuff. So it's a win-win for everyone.
And it's also condition-wise, whether it's running or not, flat tyres, destroyed tyre on the back. So we're taking a bit of a gamble in terms of this. But like this kind of car, if you do want to restore something, a lot of the time and effort usually goes into the bodywork, like straightening things out and dealing with rust. But I can't really see.
Great.
Like, there's going to be a little bit of typical Subaru in the windscreen, which is my favourite, but nothing that can't be fixed.
Yeah,
and it's the kind of stuff you see people pull out of swamps.
Yeah,
it can all be fixed, but it's how much time and money you want to put into it.
It's dirty and it stinks like really, really badly mold, but all of that stuff inside is going in the bin anyway.
Yep.
And when you just look here where all the seals are, and probably because it has been under here, it's not rusty, it's not dirty. It's
pretty good.
Doesn't have rats or pig's ears in it.
A couple of spiders.
But the inside looks great. Like all the door cards look really nice. Yep. Even the headlining looks good, dude. It's it's amazing. Yep. Anyway, let's load it up.
Yeah, let's go. Highly recommend purchasing from an orchard. If you have an orchard near you and they've got cars in them, you won't leave hungry. This is delicious. Oh, goodness. All right, you can come here and do like picking. You can book it.
Yeah.
Shields Orchard. You book it, right?
Yeah, just give us a ring or a text or just look on our website and...
Come and hang out, have a picnic, pick some apples, and you can take them with you.
Yeah.
Even though these brumbies look like something out of the 70s or the 80s, they were still being sold right up until the first WRX came out in the early 1990s. They were popular with farmers because the selectable 4-wheel drive system locked the driveline together to get you out of any muddy bog holes in your paddock, but they were also reliable and not too heavy on fuel. In the USA, these were called a brat. Subaru loved their acronyms, and so the bi-drive recreational all-terrain transporter was born. It was demand from Subaru's international markets for small utes and pickup trucks that spurred this one into reality. However, it was never actually sold in Japan.
It's also Subaru's 50th anniversary in Australia, so what better way to celebrate than restore a mad old Brumby and just make it like you would want to drive it off the showroom floor today.
So a massive thank you to Subaru Australia, who are going to be sponsoring this build and actually funding getting this thing back on the road again, and then all those proceeds going to a worthy cause. This is awesome. All right, let's hit the road, mate.
I'm putting in my order for Subaru Genuine Parts right now. Coming at you, boys.
We did one of the most Australian things ever and put a ute onto a trailer behind another ute and then started the drive back to our own shed.
All right, everybody, we are back at Super Garage and it's time to have a look at exactly what it is that we've purchased. Now, I've just punched the plate number in to check its rego status. It's a 1992 white Subaru 1800 series utility and it was last registered 8th of July 2011. So it probably is correct that it hasn't been started for 10 years. We're going to try and start it today with you first of all, let's see what we got, Martin. Spiders. We got spiders and bugs.
A lot of spiders. I just flicked a little spider off and then an even bigger spider came out and chased after it, so I'm assuming Mummy Spider wasn't happy with that. There's a lot of these around, at least these were really popular in Australia. I know they were quite popular in the US as well. Why? Lightweight, all-wheel drive, selective all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. A lot of space in the back actually for what it is, and quite a useful little car. They also weren't that expensive, and if you think about what your other options were when these were coming out, it was like a early Commodore Ute maybe, or I guess a Hilux or something, but again, not as many options. They were just, for whatever reason, they ticked the box at the time and they were really, really popular. So they are out there, and parts aren't too much of a problem, but you can modify them to make them even better using an assortment of Subaru parts bin bits.
Well, that's what we're going to do, Martin. Now, the last service, I've just had a look, the last service was carried out on the 21st of September 1999 at 120,000 Ks. How many Ks has it done now? So, and it does look like, for a period of time certainly, it was being looked after fairly regularly.
Twice that. It's
oh,
done
really?
Twice that. It's done 240,000.
Okay,
That's
great.
a lot.
So it may not have had a service for a little while, but everything in here is looking excellent, Martin. Look at this go. Fuji Heavy Industries, Tokyo, Japan.
There you go.
The Subaru, what does MV mean? Is that what they call them? The Subaru...
Probably like multi-purpose vehicle or something. Isn't
Or
it?
maybe motor vehicle,
Sure.
even. All right, Martin. Did we even look under the bonnet?
Do you know what's weird? You could buy, I just realised, you could buy these new, the same time you could buy an RS Liberty Turbo, which you've seen on Mighty Car Mods. We've done them back in the day. They're one of my favourite cars, one of my first cars. You could buy this or an RS Liberty wagon. This feels so much more old school, doesn't it? Like
or
this
both,
one.
Martin. That's the trick. All right, let's see if you can crack it. Did we even look?
I don't know which. Does it go that way or that way?
Oh, I assumed it would. Oh, no,
it's normal.
Just like a normal bonnet.
Ooh, it's missing the spare tyre.
Here we go. The spare tyre, is that where the spare tyre is meant to go?
Yeah, spare tyre lives up the top here. And these are old school carbies things. These also have like a different sort of flat motor.
Yep.
They're still flat. They still have like a very similar construction to Liberties and Rexies of the time, but just a little bit different and a lot more old school.
How many cars have you seen that have got a jack under the hood?
Yeah.
That's what. Are there any others that you can think of? Is that like a Brumbie thing?
This also is like a selective four-wheel drive where it normally runs in front-wheel drive, and then when you pull the lever, it engages the back, which is completely different to what they were doing at the same time with Liberties, Turbo Liberties, and then Imprezas, which, if that's 1993, I think that's when we got our first Impreza. Yeah. So it's a different generation of cars, but they must have been so good and so popular and selling so well, they just kept doing them. So air cleaner.
What's the bet that there's an air filter in there, Martin? What do you think?
Yeah, it'll have one for sure, man. Country car, looked after, loved. There we go.
There we go. Look at that.
A bit oily.
Very oily,
Yeah,
but it's in there.
Very oily, but it's there,
which is amazing.
This is the kind of thing where you're probably going to be spraying a bit of stuff down there and seeing if it'll go. I doubt that it'll have any fuel in it, and any fuel that was will be well and truly gone by now.
Should we just try and turn it over though? Like, let's just get some power on it. Where's the battery meant to be?
One, but I think I've got a spare battery down.
Great. All right. I reckon do you want to try and start this thing with us? We do too.
Yep.
With the collective power of the internet spirit, we're going to try and start it. Let's do it.
Pretty sure this is a battery out of the K-Truck or similar. So this might do what we need it to do. It's the right size terminals, like the old school, like the Jap style small terminals.
There's a lot of extra stuff hanging off these, isn't there?
Yeah. Lights, probably foggies and stuff. That's positive, is it? Yep, and that's negative. Let's give that a shot. Nothing exploded.
Martin, try the horn first. Let's just make sure we got some horn.
No, but what we can do is put a jumper pack on it now as well. Because that battery could also be completely flat, but at least it should run.
We grabbed a jumper pack and it's time to see if we can actually get this thing started. Yep, the clock's working and we've got reds.
Oh shit.
Horn works. I've never seen this before. The little passenger handle comes out and down like that. So you can just hold on to it, and then when you're not using it, up it goes again. That's rad.
All right, see if it's got any oil in it. And it does, it's pretty black, but it's up to the F line, little dot there. And now we see if it starts. It's been a long time. So
no fuel though, right?
No fuel. I mean, we can spray a bit of spray down there and see if it goes, but just kick it, man. Make sure it's in neutral and give it a kick.
I'm excited, dude.
Yeah, I'm be very interested to see. That was spray. That was with some spray. Ready?
It might go. Okay, here we go. 3, 2.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. That's
It
cool.
runs.
That's awesome. I mean, it means the engine's not sick, but I still reckon we pull it out anyway.
Oh, the engine's going in the bin for
bin,
sure.
hard.
Absolutely.
There's
No,
heaps
it's
better
going
options.
in the bin, except of course we just want to make sure that it actually run.
That's mad.
Mutton, we've now got some planning to do.
We do.
And we got to work out whether we
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
100.
yeah.
Yep. Oh, I got plans. But the plans with this probably have to wait because there's bigger problems to do with this, rust spots and some pretty sad paint. I understand some people run cars like this and go, it's got patina, but I want to make this like properly
gonna be
nice.
great.
Like
Anyway.
properly nice.
There it is. That's the new project
So
car. There's some amazing things that are going to be happening with this vehicle. We do want to say a massive thank you to Subaru Australia and also for supporting this really important charitable initiative. There are links down below for you to check out.
Yep.
We've got a lot of work to do, so we're going to jump in. And we will see you on an upcoming episode of Mighty Brumby Mods. Thanks to Subaru. It's going to be absolutely awesome.